G'day guys, Jay Sini here and welcome to another episode on the Australian Wealth Channel. And in this episode we're going to talk about Coinbase and holy So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps to get these videos out to more people. So in this video, we're talking about Coinbase. So very recently, actually on my birthday, Coinbase actually announced their earnings, and these earnings were absolutely stellar. Like there's just no other word for them. They were just remarkable. So I just wanted to delve into that so we can get a bit of an insight into the company to see whether it might be worth buying or it might be worth selling. Now, of course, you need to do your own research and don't listen to what I say. I'm pretty bullish on this one, as you'll see from the earnings, but of course you need to make your own decisions. So as we delve into the earnings, we're gonna have a look at the revenue. Now, for this quarter, the revenue for Coinbase actually came out to be $2.2 billion compared to 1.8 expected, which is actually an insane jump year over year. If we were looking at what Coinbase was doing last year, it was significantly less than what they actually got this year. We've actually seen a jump, a growth rate of about 1,000% in revenue, which is just absolutely remarkable. You know, this is one of the fastest growing companies I think I've seen, especially of this size. You know, Coinbase is not a small company. It has a market cap of roughly $54 billion, which is not a small company at this point. So to see a 1,000% increase is pretty awesome. So the other thing I really like about Coinbase, and in particular these earnings, is that we saw that their net profit margin actually increased this quarter, which is fantastic. So this means that they're getting to keep more of the revenue that they collect. In fact, the net profit this quarter was $1.6 billion, which is up 4,900%, which is even bigger than the increase in revenue. So that's something that we really love to see when we're looking at a stock, is to see that their profit is actually increasing even faster than their revenue. So these are just crazy numbers. You know, as I said, I don't think I've ever seen a stock that is doing this well. Now, of course, this isn't reflected quite in the stock price compared to what the company is actually doing. So this might present itself as a good buying opportunity. So monthly transacting users was up about 44% compared to the last quarter, and trading volume rose 38%. So what we've seen is this company is continuing to grow, and the people that are trading on the platform are also trading more, which is fantastic. So the company didn't offer any formal guidance. They didn't say what they were going to do going forward. But what they did say is they anticipated that the trading volumes would actually trend a little bit lower in the third quarter compared to this quarter and the earnings they presented. So it is something to keep in mind, you know, because there's such high expectations now for Coinbase. You know, it's growing so fast. So a lot of people that are investing in this stock are basically banking on this growth to continue. So that is something to keep in mind. So for the full year, analysts that were surveyed expect about $7.76 per share on revenue, and they believe revenue will actually come out to be about $6.29 billion for the year. You know, who knows? This could be higher, it could be lower. You know, we've seen that Coinbase has managed to surprise massively time and time again, you know, like even just from the revenue numbers this quarter. Coinbase was anticipated to have 1.85 billion in revenue, but they actually delivered 2.2 billion, which is significantly higher than the estimation. So what we're seeing is that Coinbase is actually growing into that really rich valuation quite quickly, because there's absolutely no doubt that if you go back to when Coinbase IPO'd a little while ago, it's pretty richly valued. And it's pretty clear to see as to why that is. You know, the results that this company is bringing out are just phenomenal. So if that is going to continue to happen, this valuation is going to start looking very cheap. You know, $54 billion on a company that is getting revenue of $2.2 billion. And not only that, a net profit this quarter of $1.6 billion, growing 4,900% year over year. You know, it's pretty remarkable numbers, to be honest. Even knowing there's been a little bit of a run up recently with Coinbase from about $220 a share to around that $260 mark, is it still a deal? You know, I'm actually up about 20% on my position at the moment. But looking at these earnings and seeing the fantastic growth that Coinbase continues to have, and I believe is going to continue in the future, then even at these levels, it still seems quite attractive. So I think I'm probably going to be buying a little bit more. Obviously, do some more research yourself if you're looking at investing in this company. I think it's one for me, but you need to make your own decisions on that side. And something else that leads me to believe that Coinbase has a long way to go is that most of the money that they're making right now is from retail traders. So that's just regular folks like you or me that happen to dabble a bit in crypto. They're driving this revenue growth, and they're driving the increase in profits for Coinbase. But the thing is, quarter after quarter, institutions are continuing to get on board with Coinbase in a really dramatic fashion. So I think in the future, a lot of this growth is actually going to come from institutions because in the crypto world, Coinbase is considered one of the most stable, safe platforms out there. As far as I know, it's one of the only platforms out there that hasn't had a hack. You know, it's one of the more secure places to be trading crypto. So as a result, you know, I think a lot of institutions are actually going to get on board with this particular company because of the safety and security. Because, you know, it's one thing to compete on price, but it's another thing to provide absolute security within financial markets. And that's something that Coinbase has actually done incredibly well. So when the institutions come in, and they continue to come in, that's going to mean big dollars. But it all kind of depends on whether you think that digital currencies are going to become more of a thing in the future or less of a thing in the future. I'd say they're probably going to become more of a thing based on the trend. So be mindful, however, that Coinbase did say that trading volumes were trending down for Q3, so the results that we see might not be as good as Q2. But it is really important to note that this quarter was absolutely stellar, absolutely remarkable results. So I believe that I'm going to continue to add to that Coinbase position. You know, we're up 20% so far, but you know, there's nothing to say that this stock couldn't go back up to that $400 or $500 range. We've seen it kind of trading there a little bit, but it definitely could go up there again. And this time, after all of these results, it's starting to make a little bit more sense for it to trade there. So if you think it's going to go up to $400 or $500 a share, then you know, picking it up at like $260 is going to be a pretty good deal. So I'm going to continue to watch this one. I'm going to be adding small bits, and you know, if we see any kind of drastic dips like we've seen recently with Tattooed Chef, I'm going to be loading the boat. For me, the risk reward profile of this stock seems just quite good. Seems to have found a floor around that 220. You know, we saw it go down and down and down, and then it stopped, and it's, you know, kind of retraced, gone up and come back down a little bit more, and it just hasn't seemed to get any lower than that. That's not to say that it won't. Of course, you know, that kind of line of support could easily break, but it seems like that's sort of developed a floor there, and we're seeing it trend up from there. So I'd be really keen to hear what you guys think about Coinbase. And if you have any insights that you'd like to share on the channel, please leave me a comment where you leave all the comments down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to get yourself a free stock, then please click on the link in the description. It'll take you to Stake. They're offering a free stock if you sign up to the brokerage, and then you deposit money on the platform. You'll get yourself a free stock, which is really great. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. My name is Jay Sini from the Australian Wealth Channel. Stay healthy, and we'll see you later.